What's up, guys? Today we're really going over the new raid bow, which is an arc bow with Voltshot on it. Something I've been waiting forever to get. Voltshot is one of the best primary perks in the game, and the way it works on a bow is just straight up perfection, and it's a must-have. This bow is incredible. I'm going to compare it to Trinity Ghoul a lot in this video, and I think this is arguably better for most content in the game. So jumping into this weapon, we're also going to start with Voltshot. I only got one bow to drop in the raid so far, and it was what I would consider one of the two god rolls. So yeah, I got kind of lucky, I guess. But Voltshot, if you don't know, once you get a kill and reload, your next shot will apply a jolt to the target and do massive chain damage in the area. If it's a higher health target, the jolt will stay for, I believe, like 8 to 10 seconds. I'm not sure exactly how long it is. And every single time you hit them after that, it will redo that chain lightning, and it just does a lot of damage. Great for Ackler. Just one of the best primary perks in the game. I think the best if you're not playing solar. If you are playing solar, incandescent is arguably just as strong, if not better. But the reason this is so great on a bow is because you have to reload to proc the jolt shot, and a bow is a single arrow weapon, and every single time you fire, it technically reloads. So you just proc jolt shot over and over again on every single arrow. And as I said, compared to Trinity Ghoul, for low tier Ackler, they're basically the exact same. I would say Trinity Ghoul is maybe slightly better because it might have a little bit more spread with the 3 arrows, but they're both going to be nearly the same for low tier Ackler, and one is exotic, one is legendary, so obviously you know which one I'm picking. But what I think makes the raid bow even better than the Trinity Ghoul is the Trinity Ghoul really is only about low tier Ackler, and it falls off at any content higher difficulty than that. If you have a major in front of you, you're going to hit it once, and that's it. While with Voltshot on the bow, if you apply Jolt to the higher health target, you can follow up with multiple shots of the bow that will do the increased damage. Whereas with Trinity Ghoul, you fire once, if it doesn't get a kill, you're done. So as you saw, that was the damage of the Trinity Ghoul with and without the perk, and also the chain damage at the bottom in the parentheses. And with the Voltshot bow, not only is the chain damage itself higher, the first bow shot higher. Once you apply jolt to a target, you can hit them 8 times in a row before the jolt runs out, making this bow just way better for harder content, making it so this bow doesn't really fall off versus majors and things like that, and it actually excels. And another thing I do with this bow a lot is just apply jolt to a major or ultra, then pull out a special and finish them off. For example, with the new stasis special sidearm, I just jolt them with the bow, then finish them off with the sidearm, and it's just like a great loop. And you have great Ackler with the bow, you apply jolt to the higher health targets, and you finish them off, and it just works so well. So in my opinion, the Voltshot bow is not only just as good as the Trinity Ghoul for low tier Ackler, I think it's just straight up better for everything else in the game. And so what perks would you want to pair with Voltshot? Well, the one I have is Archer's Tempo, which is one of the two I would recommend. Just will make it so you can shoot faster. Just a classic perk on bows. Then the other one would be Dragonfly. Whenever you have 2 explosive perks on a primary, usually it's kind of overkill. I am curious, because Dragonfly is another great perk for bows, and I'm not sure. Like, I would have to get one myself to see how it feels. The Voltshot range, I think, is generally higher than the Dragonfly, so in most scenarios, things that would die from the Dragonfly are probably already going to be dying anyways from the Voltshot. But in harder content, it could be a cool combo, but I just think pumping out more hits onto the jolted target with Archer's Tempo seems like the better pick. But I'm definitely curious to get one with Dragonfly and Voltshot to see how it feels. It could be like pretty nasty and actually worth using. I'm just not quite sure until I have it. And outside that in the left, there's not really much else. You could use Strategist if you're making like a class ability build, but I mean, I just feel like Dragonfly or Archers would just be better. Then in the right column, Voltshot is obviously the star of the show, but you could try out the Chaos Reshaped, which I haven't used yet. I'm probably going to dig deeper into that perk in future raid weapon videos, probably on the SMG. And from what I hear, it's like kind of like a frenzy that also gives you healing, so that could be good. Not better than Voltshot in my opinion, but if you get one, maybe try it out. And the other perk would be Archer's Gambit, the old Hush perk, which if that was in the left, pairing that with Voltshot would definitely be like one of the ways to go. But just once again, probably not worth giving up Voltshot on this weapon. You could meme and use Archer's Tempo and Archer's Gambit at the same time and just like probably have like instant draw time, which would be really fun and cool to use. But at the end of the day, is it better than Voltshot? Probably not. So overall, the role I would be going for is the one I have, Archer's Tempo and Voltshot, or Dragonfly and Voltshot. Those would be the two I would go for. And overall, which one is better, I'm not sure because I don't have a Dragonfly one. I feel like it would be overkill, but there could be some content in the game where it's actually super effective. But yeah, if you have that role, definitely give it a try and let me know if you do have it, how it feels. But yeah, this bow is 100% worth getting. It truly feels like an exotic, the Trinity Ghoul in a legendary form. But in my opinion, where the Trinity Ghoul is mostly just used for like farming XP, honestly, that's what it's usually used for, killing Thrall, or like doing very low tier content where you can easily chain the lightning over and over again. This bow feels like the exact opposite, where it doesn't really shy away from that harder content just because of how good the Voltshot perk is. So really you can just throw this bow on in any level of content, and I don't think it would be a mistake. Jolt also stuns Overload, I believe, which you'll see in some of this gameplay. So even versus champions, this bow is relevant and worth using. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the video. I am gonna start double uploading. There's a lot of videos I want to put out, and one video a day just won't cut it. It'll take me forever to get to all of them. I'm not sure how long I will double upload. It might be only a week, it might be 2 weeks, it might be 3 weeks. We'll just see as we go. And I'm not sure if every single day will be a double upload, and there might be some days where I just like don't have time or, you know, whatever. But that is the plan going forward. I double uploaded a lot when Beyond Light came out. And I think I'm gonna get back into that flow. And yeah, so I think the schedule will be probably a like weapon review in the morning, then at night, or like the second upload of the day, probably a build video or like an exotic review of some sort, or something that isn't like just purely a weapon review. I think that's it. Like usual, thanks for watching. Catch us next time.